Hello everybody, welcome back to Let's Play Dalish F Origin Story. I want to look around in the camp, explore, talk to people before setting out to find Tamlin with Meryl. I'm sure I'll need to find Meryl too. Okay, let's talk to people. Pavel.
So you have returned to us, Dalish. We are grateful you are whole and well.
Thank you. Sure. Okay, I'm glad to be here as well.
So you should be. What were you two thinking, wandering into that cave without first coming to tell the keeper?
But... well, Tamlin insisted, but I also agreed, so I don't want to put the blame on him. Yeah, maybe we should have come back here, thinking what happened.
I suppose your youth can be forgiven. Sadly, Tamlin pays the price. Losing you would be a terrible crime, Dalish. You belong to more than just yourself, or do you not remember?
I don't like the idea. What do you mean?
Let us tell these children of the fall of the Dales. You can honor me by sharing in the telling.
Okay, let's do it. I'm guessing that I'm going to learn more lore with this.
Come then.
Okay.
Help me as I go along. Children, hear of the fall of the Dales. Hear the tale of what makes you Dalish. Would you care to begin, Dalish?
Let's see. Children, it starts with a mummy. Okay, let's not do that. Long ago, we were slaves to the humans.
Slaves to a terrible empire the humans built on the darkest magic. When it fell, we became free. We built a homeland in the Dales, worshipping the creators and rebuilding the culture and history we lost in our long years of slavery.
But the humans wouldn't let us
They were
be.
resentful, because we would not worship their gods, and because we put our people first. Over the years, their nations grew cold toward the Dales. In their eyes, we were blasphemers and cruel tyrants.
Then what we did? Yeah, they declared war on
And
Dales.
so the Dales fell. They took our lands and dispersed our people, forcing us to live in their cities and abandon our gods. But many of us refused to relinquish our ways. We instead chose to scatter to the winds, wandering the lands.
Isolating themselves. So, okay, we, I think, also choose wandering the lands rather than the
To
human.
survive and preserve our culture, the clans stay apart until the day the Elvenon have a homeland once more.
We shall return to the old ways, to those who have
We are
lost
the
them.
Dalish, keepers of the lost lore, walkers of the lonely path.
We are the last Elven, and never again shall we
Thank
submit.
you for your forbearance, Dalish. You remember both the tale and the oath of the Dales perfectly. I will let you get back to your tasks. I pray you find Tamlin quickly.
I don't think I am going to find Tamlin, but tell me more about our history.
Now that's
maybe?
something I rarely hear. Of course.
So, Arlatan.
Ah, yes. The Lost City. Before the Shemlen enslaved us, even before they came to this part of the world, our people lived in glorious Arlathan. Legends say that our ancestors were immortal, and we possessed magic the Shemlen could only dream of.
So, what about book records of our
When the
history?
humans enslaved us, they took away our language, our history, and our immortality. We quickened to the pace of life and retained nothing of ourselves. We were slaves for so long that even when we became free, there was little for us to recover. If books still exist, I do not know of them.
How can they be immortal, and how did humans took that off from us? I'm not sure. Why do the Shams allow us to exist if they hate us so much?
Perhaps they have no choice. Dalish clans are scattered to the winds and rarely gather, which makes us difficult for any organized effort to destroy. And why bother? We have nothing they want. No land, no treasure. And we always move on, allowing no one to grow too angry with us. Some might see this as cowardly, but we are proud. We are the last, and we will survive.
If you say so. Okay, what happened to the elves who didn't join the Dalish?
They remain in human cities, forgetting all they once had. We call them flat ears, but they differ little from their Shemlin masters. A few may return, but we must accept that they know nothing of the lore, or why we keep it.
Are we going to find another homeland? I don't think so again.
We can hope to find a new home one day, where the Dalish and the Flat Ears will build a land greater even than Arlathan. We shall teach the Flat Ears the lore they lost, and perhaps they will teach us to understand the Shemlen at last. That is the only way we shall truly live in peace.
But this is not the way. If Dalish continue to isolate themselves, escape from the reality, from the world, they are never going to have a homeland again, I think. That's what I think.
Then I'm sure you have much to do, unless you've other questions.
So, about the Grey
Warden.
Warden.
The one who brought you back? Very little. He seemed decent enough as humans go. As for Grey Wardens, they're heroes without a doubt. Members of our own clan joined their ranks in ages past.
So what do you know about that?
Only that they eat living flesh and lurk in underground tunnels, once ruled by the Dergenlen, the dwarves. In the last blight long ago, the Grey Wardens all but wiped them out. Should they return, all races will shudder.
They didn't wipe them all out. So did elves ever live in
I've never
caves?
heard of such a thing. But in the days of ancient Arlathan, we lived free and spread far across the continent. We were as varied as the Shemlen, though fewer in number. Perhaps some of us lived in caves then, but all knowledge from that era is lost.
I think they did, because I remember also in the Wichant DLC, the mirrors and the artifacts we found in Kadashtaik, was it, I think? They were all somehow connected, so elves must have lived underground too. I think that's what I think.
Of course. May the gods guide your path, Dalen.
It's somehow connected, but not sure if I'm going to find out about that.
I miss Tamlin.
soon.
I want him to come home.
I'm sorry.
I'm glad you survived. Losing 2 of our young would be a great blow to the clan.
I guess. Armor. Chest. More chest. That I cannot
you say.
open. Scroll. Arlatan. Darmisan. Hunter.
Are you going to help look for Tamlin?
Yes.
Boy, lost somewhere out there.
That Shemlin was a Grey Warden. They are supposed to be great warriors.
How do you know that he's known?
Anathara, it's good to see you recovered.
How are the Hala
They fare
faring?
well. The Keeper called for the clan to move on, and they will be ready to take us. One is heavy with calf, but it shouldn't be a problem. May I ask of Tamlin's fate? Some say the clan will leave before we find him.
I hope that we are going
The
to
Hala
find him.
mourn our fallen. No sound is more heart-wrenching than their mourning cry. At least they won't be crying over you. They are quite fond of you.
Should that make me
Hala
happy?
guide us because they wish to. They are not servants like the Shemlin horses. It's an honor that such a creature admires you. At any rate, I do not envy the Keeper's decision. I'll pray for Tamlin's safe return.
Okay. Gila name? Mother of the Hala.
Search parties have been looking for Tamlin since the Grey Warden brought you back. No luck so far. Search parties have been looking for Tamlin
miss
since the Grey
Tamlin.
Warden brought you
I
back.
want him to come home.
No luck so far.
It is begun.
Aravels? What was that about? I need to read that again. If I ever read it, I don't know, but... There's another scroll here. I should go through these codexes that I found in this playthrough.
The Keeper told me I'm
Hey.
to accompany you back to those caves. As her apprentice, I may see something you missed. But our main objective is to find Tamlin, of course. We must make haste. He may not have much time.
So only thing that is similar is her hair and kind of her furry pauldrons. Nothing else. Not the same voice actor or anything. Okay. Aren't you worried about
A
getting
little,
sick?
but the Keeper cured you. How dangerous could it be? Even if I get sick, finding Tamlin or something valuable will be worth it.
So how much did the keeper tell
Enough
you
to pique
then?
my interest and my concern. You can explain the rest on the way.
Okay. I need
Master Island could
supplies.
help you, but do not tarry.
Okay.
You're back. Are
Also-
you ready to go now?
No.
Master
wait.
Island could help you, but do not
I'll come
tarry.
back. I talked to these people. And what about this? Hey.
Why do we have to leave again? We're always going somewhere. Why can't I go to the Shem City?
Losing Tamlin would be a bad sign. He's one of our most promising hunters.
By the creators, it is so good to see you whole and well. I was so worried.
Hey. It's good to see you too,
All that
I
time
guess.
you were ill, the Keeper didn't know if you were going to live or die. I've been outside the Keeper's tent the whole time. I have never been so relieved as when I heard you would pull through. What happened? Everyone says Tamlin may be dead.
They may be right, you know. I'm so sorry
That's
about that.
awful. I know how much you and the lad care for each other. It was always my hope that you two... Well, let's not dwell on it.
So
You
they
must
had
be
something
more
really.
careful. Your mother and father, may they rest in peace, would be horrified to see you take such risks.
You never spoken on my parents
What happened
much.
to them is a sad tale, and it's in the past. Reopening old wounds benefits no one.
But tell me, I'm curious. Please don't Dalish strive to learn our
True.
past.
Perhaps you're old enough to hear this, though it hardly seems like the right time.
But no, there is not going to be another time, so
Very
please.
well. If I do not tell you now, you'll only wonder. Your mother was a hunter, one of the finest, and your father was the keeper before Marathari. He was with us for a very long time. Your mother was from another clan, and her elders did not approve of the match. She and your father had to meet in secret. One day, bandits caught them alone in the forest. Your father was killed, but your mother escaped.
So humans killed my
Yes,
father?
but also city elves, too. Those of our kind living with humans do not hold to the old ways. Your mother held to life long enough to give birth to you. But grief racked her heart. One night she simply walked into the moonlight and never returned.
I really don't know what to say. I understand her grief, but I kind of don't understand how someone just leave their child, newborn child,
The
behind.
clan decided not to discuss this around you, lest it poison your heart with sadness.
But I can't really believe that I
Our
never
people
heard
have
this
learned to
tale.
live with much sorrow. It seemed only right that we not dwell on it. Your mother did leave you a gift. Something of your father's for you to have once you were older. Perhaps the time has come.
Okay, okay.
Take this
Where?
key. You'll see some chests behind the storage Aravel by the Halapen. One of them was your mother's. Its contents are yours if you wish.
I think I know the chest. I remember one that I
Are you
couldn't
going to help
open.
look for Tamlin? Oh, poor boy.
That Shemlin
Lost
was a
somewhere
Grey
out
Warden.
there.
They are supposed to be great warriors.
Let's go and find that chest. It was not here. Didn't I already check this? Okay, there it is.
Very well.
Heirloom necklace, heirlooms, and clan shield. Okay, and there's
It
a
is
book here
begun.
that I missed. History of Ferelden. Something around here, no. Fenarel. He's the one that I talked first when I wakened, right? Let's talk to
Is the
him.
Keeper sending you back to that cave to look for Tamlin?
I remember a name, Fenarel, in Dragon Age 2, else in the Dalish camp. I know it shouldn't be that surprising since I know it's the same clan, but it's good to see it. It's surprising somehow. So, what do
I
you
want to go
know?
with you. Keeper Marithari probably won't approve, but I can help find Tamlin.
Why not,
Good.
you know?
I'll follow you, just to make sure Meryl doesn't go running to the Keeper when you tell her I'm coming.
Is that the kind of thing that Meryl would do? I think so, kind of. The Dread Wolf. Again. It's always faced not towards the camp, but outside. I read something like that for funeral statues. Hey, something else. Eldest of the Sun. Elganon, God of Vengeance. Dusty Scroll.
Very well.
Arlatan Part 2.
Ah,
Who are you
it's
guys?
good you're well. You weren't here when Paul arrived, were you?
I've heard of you. Everyone is talking about you and the other missing hunter. A Grey Warden brought you back here.
Yeah, I think he's not Dalish. He doesn't have
Not
any
obvious, is
tattoos.
it? I just found your camp a couple of days ago. A lucky thing. I heard rumors in a nearby human village that a Dalish camp was close, and I hope to find your hunters in the forest.
You were fortunate I didn't shoot you, Paul. I thought you were a Shem, and a bandit at that. You're not the first city elf to rejoin his people. I'm sure you'll find life among us more satisfying than with the Shems, if no less harsh.
In the alienage, we hear terrible stories about the Dalish. They aren't true, right?
What do you mean? Only the parts where we sacrifice young elves to the gods.
That's funny. It is funny. You don't actually do that.
I don't know, maybe.
It was good to meet you. Perhaps I'll get to hunt with you someday.
Maybe. So tell me, I've never seen a Shamlan city. What's
Never
it
been
like?
to a city? Surely you've at least visited a town.
We occasionally trade with the Shemlin in small villages, but only a few in the clan can undertake that task.
I can't imagine never having seen a city. It's crowded, with buildings all squeezed together. There are people everywhere, and it always stinks.
And elves live with
Only
the
if they're
Shamlan?
servants. Most of us live in a part of the city called an alienage, separated from the humans by walls. That's where all the poorest folk live. Laborers, dock hands, and thieves. And that's if you're lucky.
So dwellers from the city learn to fight or shoot a
Andraste's
bow?
mercy, no. No one is allowed to walk around with any weapon. Fighting just gets you arrested. And I've never had to leave the city before, much less learn how to hunt.
So we hear that city elves don't know what it means to be
Well,
elven?
back in the city we hear the same about you. Stories about Dalish bandits attacking people for no reason.
We would never resort
That's
to banditry.
also true.
I'm just saying that's what we hear. And it's elves who say these things too, not humans.
Well, we are so hostile, this is what I gathered. And, you know, even Tamlin and I considered to shoot those people, just thinking that they are bandits, and it could happen, so I can understand why people are talking about Dalish in that way. So why did you leave
I
the
got
city?
into trouble for stealing. I'm not a thief. We just never really had a choice. Mother was a maid, and I was lucky if I could get work at the docks. You make a living however you can, right? When Mother died, I got drunk and was caught picking a guard's pocket. They were going to hang me, but I escaped and, well, here I am.
Yeah, you probably won't have to resort to that anymore.
I'll do my best to adjust and fit in. I never dreamed you'd be so welcoming. I thought at best you might hide me for a bit. I'm glad I was wrong. Of
Okay,
course.
I should go.
I hope to see you again.
See you. Or probably not, because I'm going to become a Grey Warden. Got all the crafts. June. Moving here. Master Island.
Search parties have been looking for Tamlin since the Grey Warden brought you back. No luck so far.
I'm glad you've recovered. Once we find Tamlin, we can concentrate on the journey northward.
Thank you for the bow, Master Island. It is light and sturdy, much better than the one I made last year.
You are more than welcome. My father made it and used it in battle against the Clane tribes.
I will carry it with honor.
Hey, should I ask? I would like to hear the story of your
And I am
father's
proud
battle.
to tell it. Our clan was one of the first to flee the Dales. When we came to Ferelden, the fiercest of the Shemlin were the barbarians known as the Clane. We didn't wait for them to attack us. Every Dalish clan in Ferelden united to bring the battle to them.
So we attacked them?
They were barbarians without honor. They would have slain us without a second thought. The ensuing battle went well for us. That day we carved out our reputation of being the deadliest archers. Our arrows won us the right to wander these woods at will. It was this very bow that my father used that day.
Thank you for the tale, Master Island, and especially the bow. I will honor its history.
I think that story is quite hypocritic. You just assumed that they were going to attack you, and you instead attacked them, wiped them out. But you are the barbarians here. Let me say that. Okay. Why would you relinquish such
We
a
are
relic?
all the same clan. His hand is as my hand. I have relinquished nothing. It was my father who first spoke of the Vir Tanadal, the three ways of the hunter. The first is the Vir Asan, the way of the arrow, to reach for our goal unrelenting. The second is the Vir Borasan, the way of the bow, to bend, but not to break. The last is the Vir Adalen, the way of the wood. We are as ancient as the forests, each tree a part of the greater land. All Dalish are united in this. One day, we shall have a homeland again.
Okay. So, could I ask for a bow
One
as
of my
well?
own crafting, perhaps?
Yeah. Okay, it was easy.
It may not have a
Thank
history,
you.
but you'll provide one for it soon enough, yes?
Okay, may I see your
Of
craft
course.
then?
Take whatever you need.
Let me see what you have. Not that I can buy anything. Let's try to sell what I don't need. The edge. Is anyone going to use that? I don't think so. I'm not going to use daggers. Not a great sword. Maybe I can give this to Tam. But I don't have Tamlin anymore. I can sell. Can I use this? Do I have 24 dexterity? I don't think. Okay. I guess that's enough. I didn't really needed anything. Okay. I talked to also those people. I think I'm done. I can finally go to Meryl, but let's try to speak to General again.
You're not changing your mind now, are you?
No.
Then let's find
Okay,
Meryl.
of course not.
I'm ready whenever you are.
Okay. Where was she? That way? Okay. There she is.
You're
Let's
back.
go.
Are you ready to go now?
So Fenrir is coming with us. Any objections?
That depends on the keeper. I thought we're supposed to go alone.
I did ask. She's fine.
She is. I suppose I needn't worry about it then. Are you ready? Let us make haste while daylight lasts.
So I will meet you in the next episode for that. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.